Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back for the second update of the day. After the Jet Spence signing video, we've got a bit more news, a bit more things to talk about, possible incomings, possible outgoings. I don't know. I want to get you guys' thoughts on it as well. Obviously, it's going to be more the depth players we're talking about, which is kind of a good thing for me. I think that the cup game alone kind of showed that some of these players aren't ready for a promotion push, which is, let's not forget, that's what we're in the business for. We're not here to get players experience. We're here to see if they're good enough to play. And obviously, Daniel Farker, Leeds United have identified a few that aren't good enough, and we'll be looking to move on. But Bob's just saying, evening KG. Shout out to everyone in the building. Chris Griffin, thank you for the super thanks. And I missed the super chat on the last stream, which is by Mark Jones. So thank you, Mark, for the donation as well. Much appreciated. Ryan Dogs, who's a new member of the channel as of today, thank you for that. Memberships are in the description if you want to join the channel. Helps me out, helps the channel out. So thank you so much for the support. Matt asking, evening KG bro, how many do you think we'll realistically bring in? Well, I don't know. We'll kind of talk about that when we talk about possible departures, because it does seem like there must be a few irons in the fire that we don't know about. It seems that one is off the table. We'll talk about that in the show a bit later, but you've got to believe that there's got to be at least 3-4 bodies coming in, at least. You'd hope so, wouldn't you? But in terms of Jed Spence as well, I did that video earlier. If you haven't seen that, please go and check that one out. It'll be in the earlier streams. Go and watch that one, and you can get my full reaction to the Jed Spence signing there. But yeah, listen, people, let's get into this. Let's get into this, because as we say, the news changes every hour in the transfer window, especially in the last week. It's insane. Honestly, it's insane. I think somebody said, is it Russ? Let me see if I can scroll back up to Russ. Russ here saying, I've got bigger bags than Louis Vuitton under my eyes at this This transfer window is knocking the pony out of me. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. I'll be glad when it's over, hopefully with the additions that we need. But yeah, I will be glad when this is over, and then we can just rate this whole thing. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's just get straight into it. So Florian Plettenberg, big German reporter, presenter, that's very good on the button with these things. Just following up with the Ilia Gruev thing, and he's saying that it is hot, not a done deal yet, but advanced negotiations. So Gruev is keen on the move, and the transfer fee could be up to 6 million euros. So, you know, around what, over 5 million pounds. So he would obviously be another midfielder that we need in there to, he by all means, he's a ball winner. That's his job. That's his primary job. That's what he loves to do: win balls, get into tackles, and we do need that. We need the extra protection in front of the defense. We know that anyway. We don't keep clean sheets. We're still on a run of conceding the first goal in every game so far this season, and things like this will help. So he's another one that we can bring in, and hopefully there it can give Ampadu or Archie Gray a bit of a break. But I expect another midfielder in there, at least probably two, if we're thinking about it, because it seems that one other deal is up, and we'll go to that in a bit. But I would think that there's going to be another one in there, another central midfield and an attacking midfielder to go with Somerville, because as we saw in the cup game, Somerville was playing in that 10 role overall, wasn't he? So I think Somerville is seen as a 10 here, but we still need another one in there. Let's have a look. Yeah, a left back. Yeah, listen, people, the left back talk, it's gone quiet there. I know there's a rumor about Luke Thomas still being hijacked, but I'm sorry, until it's from a more credible source, I'm not going to talk about it on this channel. So if anything else pops up tomorrow, we'll discuss it then. And Matt O'Reilly, Phil Hay did say that we're still in for Matt O'Reilly too. That was, again, I talked about that on the earlier stream. So yeah, I don't really want to cover it again. But yeah, Matt O'Reilly is somebody that can take set pieces, somebody with a creative spark in him. That's the kind of signing I want, in addition to a ball-winning destroyer like Gruev. I think that's fair, isn't it? You know, Archie Gray cannot play 46 games this season. Bob's here saying, I want to see a genuine number 10. Yeah, me too, 100%. It's important that we get these players in. You know, everyone always talking about he's just a backup, but you need backups in your team. That's otherwise you have to play Ampadu and Gray versus Salford away, and they should never have seen the pitch, people. So it's important that we're getting these in, but please, Leeds, Do not give up on the left back. I'm begging you. Don't even if Luke Thomas is off the table, have another one in mind, please. Um, I don't know how much Matt O'Reilly is. I'm seeing figures of like 10 million, 9 to 10 million. I haven't seen an actual figure being bid though. So it's one of those at the moment where I think it would be a negotiation between Leeds and Celtic. But by all accounts, from the Celtic side, they apparently are saying don't even bother. So it's going to be an interesting one. Okay, we'll see if that's got any legs. Hopefully, we get more information about that tomorrow. But yeah, Matt O'Reilly has certainly got the profile to make it in the championship, 100%. Um, yeah, okay. So let's move on from this. I really just want to get through these, transfer videos, man. Oh, they just go on so much, don't they? But listen, let's talk about some outgoings. I don't know if anyone was expecting this one, but Sam Greenwood off to Middlesbrough on a season-long loan. Leeds United are also listening to offer for other fringe youngsters, including Yilda, Drame, and JB. Sorry. Um, and again, I saw a loose link for Joe Gelhardt to go out on loan too. But again, until it's from a more credible source, I'm not going to speak about it here. But it wouldn't surprise me because I do think Joe Gelhardt, I don't think he's going to make it here, people. I don't think he's going to make it here. So Sam Greenwood, though, he is off. How do people feel about that? Is anyone bothered, or does anyone care? He's not a part of Farke's immediate plans, which is why Leeds are willing to sanction a loan deal for him. But then you look at Yelda, and I said it yesterday. I know a lot of people. There was a few people yesterday that said actually Yelda had a good game. I didn't see it that way, and obviously we all get a difference of opinion. But for me, he's just too passive. He's just too passive. And when we was dominant in the first half against Salford, Nanto, when he's running at his defender one-on-one, I'm looking for Yelda to overlap and give you an option where he can just put that ball across the 6-yard box, and he was never there. You could also probably say he was ball watching for some of the time, especially when Salford got their goal. I just feel like it's another one where it's probably not going to work out for him here, or maybe he needs another loan, and then maybe we reassess it next season. But I just don't feel like he hasn't covered himself in glory with the opportunities he's been given so far, I'm afraid. That's just my opinion, but not just mine, obviously in Daniel Farke's opinion too. JB, it looks like it's not going to happen for him here. It's funny, isn't it? Perkins, JB, they were used as the front poster of the kit campaigns, kit launches, and two of them are potentially going out on loan. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Mateo Joseph, by the way, sorry. Mateo Joseph was seen back in training. He posted up on his Instagram today, him back in training, which is good. For me, I want Mateo Joseph to stick around because he's a fox in a box that I feel we can use at this level. And I think when Joel Perot maybe needs a rest, or later on in the game, if you want to move to a 2, I think Mateo Joseph has definitely got the capabilities to fill in and be a partner alongside Joel Perot too. So I'm good. I'm good with Mateo Joseph staying. I'm glad actually. Karen here saying, I think Gelhardt should go out on loan. Yeah, I do too. You know what, Karen? I said it in my buy, keep, sell video, whatever it is, buy, keep, bench. I always get the name mixed up. But I said that I think I would have sold him overall. I think we would have sold him. And I said it at the time just because of the emergence of Joseph and at the time Perkins, because it looked like by all means he was front and center of the new revolution going forward. But now we've got Perot. I just don't see a spot for him here. And again, he did not do enough in that 60 minutes against Salford to say, I'm here. I can be an option for you. I just don't feel like it's going to work out. So if we was to lose him permanently, I'd say good luck to him. Nothing against Joe Gelhardt. I've batted for him before. But you've got to look at what's going on right now, and it's just not happening for him. Yes, we can, John. We can loan out loads of players. It's the international loans that we've got a limit on. Athena just saying, I'd like to keep JB and Drame if possible, but the other two could probably use a loan. Again, Athena, the Drame thing, I think he's another one that just needs a clean break, a fresh start. He's not going to sign a contract here. I did mention this in the Jed Spence video earlier. Again, if you haven't watched that, please go and watch that video. But he's not signing a new deal at Leeds. So it makes sense for everyone for him to go somewhere else where he's going to get first team football, where he can have a fresh start and know where he stands in the football club and move on. And besides, anyway, with Jed Spence here, we've already got the best right back, one of the best right backs in the league. So he's really not going to get any game time now. If he wasn't getting game time when bloody Bambi Christensen was here and Ayling was here, Yeah, he's certainly not going to get it now. Jed Spencer's here. So yeah, I think it's for the best that Drame moves on a permanent more than a loan. So hopefully we can get a little bit of money back. Um, Mr. Tom saying Drame plays well for anyone except Leeds. Well, I mean, the last one, Daniel Farker took full accountability, and he should have, because he's not a left back and he was half fit. And again, we didn't see him in the cup game versus Salford. But what I will say is that as well with that, Mr. Tom, is that I lump Yelder in that as well, because a lot of people were impressed with his Rotherham loan. But there's different levels, and maybe that applies to Drame too, where he's done well at Cardiff, he's done well at Luton, but how many times have I said it, people? If I feel like a parrot, but it's a different level when you're playing for Leeds United in front of that Elland Road crowd. It is a completely different pressure from playing for Cardiff and Luton. So maybe that has got something to do with it too. This is something, because you know what, this is perfect. This brings me on perfectly to the next segment. Because we thought Tanaka was going to be was going to be in the building along with Kamara, which again, Kamara's still nothing on that one, so that's still in the background bubbling. But Marlon Earl Bakker, who's a colleague, I think, of Plettenberg as well, he's just saying that according to Sky Sports in Germany, Leeds United have dealt with Ao Tanaka from Fortuna Dusseldorf. However, the English club are not currently completely convinced of the quality of the Japanese, who Fortuna would love to sell for a lucrative transfer fee. Again, this is good stuff where we're analyzing the player, we're talking to the player, seeing what they're made of. Are they going to be up for this? If not, it seems that we're willing to back out. I think that's real cool. It's real cool considering how we've operated in the last couple of years, where it's like, as long as Victor Orta's vibing with you, we'll sign you and give you everything you need to get out if it all goes pear shaped. So this is good, man. This is good. I mean, if he comes, of course he gets the full support. But if Leeds have got any reservations that they don't feel have been solved by talking to him or getting the feel of the player, then they will move on. And I think that's real good business, people. Um, oh, Bob here saying loan out Greenwood is a mistake. Fair play, fair play. And if other people have that same opinion, please put it in the chat. Uh, Chris here just saying Yelda is a centre back, not a left back. Though to be fair to Yelda, he doesn't look a lot worse than our current left back. Yeah, he is a centre back, 100%. But I always say with that, he's been willing to play at left back. And if you're going to go get those opportunities, you've got to shine. You've got to make the most of them. And for me, so far this season, Chris and everyone else, he hasn't looked impressive. And I'm looking at promotion, people. I'm not bothered about people's careers. I want the best team on the pitch as possible for Leeds United Football Club. If their careers are here or elsewhere, cool. I want the best possible team. And that is the same, obviously, what Daniel Farker's thinking. And he's obviously not being too impressed with what you see with Yelda. And that's why he's willing to let him go. Some people saying loaning out Greenwood a mistake. Tremendous. Harry here saying we need to get in a good set piece taker that can start in our team. Yeah, I think that's where Matt O'Reilly would come in, Harry. But we'll see. We'll see. Uh, yeah, Michael Robert. Not heard anything about Helder Costa yet, Michael. But something to consider is that the Saudi Arabia transfer window, I believe it closes. Don't quote me on this, but I think it closes around the 20th of September. I don't know why I'm getting that date in my head, but I know it doesn't close at the same time as our league. So there could be opportunities for Helder Costa to still go abroad once this transfer window's closed. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. And plus, both Leeds and Helder Costa have both agreed that it's best to part ways. So I'm sure they'll facilitate a move for him very, very soon. But yeah, so yeah, there's the Ao Tanaka update, and we'll see what goes with that, if it's dead in the water or not. Probably tomorrow, maybe. Another one that was on our radar, and I think it is pretty much done now, is Joseph Paintsil and Mike McGrath. It says now a possibility that Southampton's deal for Genk striker Joseph Paintsil is back on, with the Ghana international prepared to travel for a medical, and Paul Onunachu going in the other direction. Yeah, I remember that signing, man. That big guy, just a lump up front. I knew he wasn't going to do nothing for Southampton, but yeah. So it looks like Joseph Paintsil, that one is done, and it looks like he's going to Southampton. So cross him off. Yeah, Neil, I'm with you. I'm with you, Neil. Too much loyalty to average players. Quality, trust in Farco. Yeah, 100% with you, Neil. Absolutely. It's Leeds United first, people. Doesn't matter if you feel like the player could do something or they may do something here and there. Daniel Farker's probably looking at it and thinking, if we've got a home banker, do I trust some of these players to come in and do the job, especially after what I saw against Salford? He's probably thinking no. So you've got to understand that this is Daniel Farker's job as well. You know what I'm saying? Promotion is on the cards. Jed Spence said himself, the aim is promotion this season. So yeah, it's all about going up and having the best team possible. So yeah, there's Paintsil. That one's done. And another one that is done, and I'm delighted. I know a few of you aren't delighted, but I am. I'm fine. I'm glad that this is finally done and we can stop talking about him and people can stop talking about him here. James Pearce, Liverpool correspondent. Nat Phillips traveling to Glasgow this afternoon for talks with Celtic. He likes the allure of the Champions League there. So thank you, Nat Phillips. That one is done. Bye bye. No more. See you later. Sayonara. Arrivederci. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you and all that stuff. So, yeah, we can finally kill all the Nat Phillips ones now. No point asking for him. He will be going to Celtic on loan. Okay. Um, um, yeah, T85, meat and potatoes defender, as you call it. He is. He's nothing special. You can get a Nat Phillips in any team in the championship. Honestly, I think I always say, but people get blinded by the club they come from. And they think just because he's played for Liverpool that he must have some kind of pedigree. Nah, you can get a Nat Phillips anywhere in the championship. We've already got some tough battling defenders in Joe Roden and Charlie Creswell. And in all fairness, they're better on the ball than he is anyway. So if we're going to get another centre back in, cool, but it won't be Nat Phillips. Okay. Is that it? Is that all I've got on the docket? I think I've hit every single one. I think I have. I think that is it, people. That is the latest updates right now, as of right now, people. So yeah, Paul. I think we've dodged that one with Nat Phillips. Yeah, 8 to 10 million. Please. Okay. No, thank you, man. No, thank you. And I'm so glad that this is done. The thing is, you always get it. Once we get linked with a player, people, you don't understand. Once we get linked with a player, fans just think that there's no other players available but the ones we've been linked with. And all I keep getting is, oh, if we could get Nat Phillips, that would be great. And these people have never even seen him play football, people. If you saw him play, you wouldn't be so begging for Nat Phillips, seriously. But yeah. Um, Yeah, Gavin, Liverpool tax. It always happens. Whenever a player comes from a big club, they always think that every single player there is rated, but it's just not true. It's just not true, seriously. Um, but yeah, okay. That is it for anything that's confirmed. Well, hopefully there'll be some more tomorrow. Look, we're coming down to the final couple of days. Like, we need more from tomorrow. Jed Spence is a great start. Like I say, if you haven't seen that video, please go back and check that one after this one. But we need more people. We need a left back in. That's imperative for me. We need more central midfielders. We need an attacking midfielder. A striker for me, with Mateo Joseph coming back, I'm okay with that. I'm okay as long as Perot stays healthy, of course. But that's the same with every player that you've got that you want to see on the pitch. But I think we've got enough in attack. We need to plug in the areas behind us 100%. And again, nothing on Rutter. There's nothing concrete on Rutter in terms of Leon coming back in for him, or if they are going to come in for him. So again, we'll keep an eye on that one. But people, I'm going to leave it there. Please drop your comments below. Hit the likes on the video, please. Best way to support the channel is just caressing that like button. And I'll see you in the next video, people. Peace out.